Hey friends, it's Glenn with the Cactus Atlas, right outside of Payson, Arizona, about to explore the depths of Tonto Natural Bridge State Park. For those of you that have been around this channel for a long time, you might note that a couple years ago I came and explored here. And I wanted to come back because at the time I came here, there was a bridge at the bottom of this ravine we're about to go down that was being rebuilt. It was an old wooden bridge, and they replaced it with a steel bridge that goes underneath this gigantic travertine bridge, natural bridge. So I'm really excited to check that out because last time, like I said, we could only go so far. I love this area. This is Mogollon Rim country. And it's just beautiful. A lot of pine trees, juniper trees. And inside this ravine is a creek that bored a hole through travertine limestone. And we're gonna go inside and check it out. I just had my first moment filming and someone recognized me. Hi Linda, if you're watching this video. Hope you don't mind me saying that, but that's actually, like, to me a milestone, is being spotted in the wild by someone that watches our videos. So thank you for the kind words, and you actually made my day because that's the first time that's happened. So it's the big time now. You know what's kind of freaky is I know what's basically right beneath my feet right here. You see that across the way over there is the Overlook, and we can get a good view of what I'm standing on right here. So from their perspective, it probably looks like I'm standing on top of the bridge. So last time I was here, we took the anime trail down to the bottom, and then when we got to the bottom, you can, if you're brave, you can go over some really slick rocks underneath this whole thing and emerge out on the other side. The problem was last time on the other side, there's a walkway that was closed, completely closed. So I wasn't able to complete the circuit or thread the needle. So I'm gonna go survey over here, I think. So we're kind of on the other side here. There's another trail that goes down, the one that we're gonna take first today, but you could see we're still on top of the bridge. And I believe if we go over here to the left of the Gowan Trail, there's a really awesome overlook, or two, if I remember correctly. All right, what do we have here? This is viewpoint 3, and the cool thing is, you see this water coming out here? I think there's a spring, and we're basically on the edge. Below us is just a straight drop and the opening of this giant cave, and I feel spray over here, but yeah, we're gonna hopefully see some water today cascading over this. You can see the opening now. I'm at viewpoint 4 holding onto my hat. It's very windy. See that? It amazes me every time. You can see the Gowan Trail, you see the switchbacks coming down. So basically what we do is we catch the trail up that ways, and then you walk on the edge and then down, all the way down. And you can see lots of people down there hanging out, and you can thread the needle, by the way. But I will give you a word of caution. When you get down there, the rocks are dry, but very slippery, so have good traction. All right, we're heading down the Gowan Trail, descending about 200 feet to the bottom of this ravine where we're gonna face the gigantic travertine natural bridge head on, right into the eye of the storm. It's also amazing how much, water is in this region. There are creeks, probably ever flowing. And through the course of millennia, it carved right through this rock we're about to see. You can see viewpoint 4 and the bridge we traversed. We were on top of that whole thing, so I wasn't lying to you when I said there was like an abyss below that stretch of green field up there. I kind of remember this. I think this is about as far as I could go the last time, and I had it roped off. Right about here, I believe. And I know I came down to the water at the very least last time. Nice shade over here too. It just looks so gigantic from this perspective, looking upward and noticing where we were just a few minutes before, standing up, looking down. We're gonna take this new steel bridge into the Travertine Natural Bridge. A bridge to a bridge. Wow. This is quite an impressive structure they've built here. It used to be all wood, and they had to rebuild it because the wood would just rot and it was dangerous, and there was risk of falling rocks, all sorts of stuff. So here's an old way that you would have to get up and down into this. And I don't know in my time if this was ever open. I was here in the early 2000s and I vaguely remember doing this, but you could see they've made it a lot safer since then, but the adventure factor suffered a little bit, I'd say. And we're like walking towards the heart now of the Travertine Natural Bridge, really just like a giant cave that's open on two sides. Look at that. Kind of standing under where water's dripping down, and it feels like it's raining right now. It keeps shifting, see? It's right on me now. All right, let's explore deeper in here. All right, we're starting to get inside of this thing now and traversing these really slippery rocks. I bought some brand new hiking boots, Salomon's. Got really good reviews, the most expensive hiking boots I've ever bought. And this is their maiden voyage. And you can see I've got brand new tread on these things, and it does nothing. My feet just slip on this dry limestone like nobody's business. Very dangerous walking down here. This is like an oasis down here. Beautiful, clear pools of water. And the further you venture in, the less folks there are. And there is a trail that exits on the other side if you can make it and scramble up that really slick rock. We'll give it a try, but with all this camera equipment, we'll see. So this is the largest natural travertine bridge in the world, they believe. 400 feet to thread this needle. And at its widest point, it's about 150 feet. And at its highest point, it's about 183 feet. And remember, to get to the very top of this, we got to go 200 feet to get back to the surface. See if we can figure out a good route through this. It's easier going up than down, in my opinion. And you can see we are really deep in here. And these folks are finding a way across. But I'm telling you, when you get over there, that's the hard part. That's the real hard part. Yeah, I think people are, like these guys are gonna give it a whirl. I did find it easier to go up that than down that the last time I tried it. And there are footholds over there, but you gotta be really careful. Getting up where that guy is, and then you gotta go off to the right and through that canyon if you wanna properly thread this needle. So I decided now that I'm looking across the way there, I'm not threading the needle today. That's one of the scariest places to like climb up in the entire state of Arizona, in my opinion. But if you want me to prove to you that I threaded through this, I did, and you could watch our old video to see that. I came from that direction through this way and went as far as I could, but did emerge on the other side in the daylight. So I did it. Don't need to do it again. In my opinion, it's very worth coming down here, even if you don't come through here and go down that slick part. Hiking that other trail down the other side, the Anime Trail, and seeing it from this direction, I almost prefer the view looking in this way than the way we came, from my memory anyway. And you really can't beat the view from this side. I found a really good spot, and I did have to climb. I did go beyond where I'm supposed to go, but I didn't come from that direction. I came from down there, so I didn't see that sign, which is probably saying don't go past that point. Oh well, I went past the point. So beautiful. That clear water. And you see that shine on those rocks there with the folks sitting on that? That's not wetness. That's just polished travertine. Just to kind of give you an idea of like the slick type rock, it really has a shine, and that's what you really need to be careful of. It's kind of amazing to think that natives of this area, probably hundreds of years ago before the Anglos came into this area, lived in this thing, probably in little cave-like nooks and crannies. I don't know if they climbed up there or not, but I've read that they called this area home. Great choice. As you can see, they don't want you to go past this point, but lots of greenery in the water here. I don't see any fish this time. Well, this is pretty cool, experiencing this new steel structure, this bridge that was not here last time. Just because we did get all the way through, pretty much down there, but never got further back this way, so I've never really gotten a good look at this whole thing from this angle. So for that, it was definitely worth it. What I'd like to do now though is try to get back up to the top and see if we could see this, at least from an overlook from the other side. I'm not sure if we have time to go down the other side, but I'm sneaky sometimes, so let's go see. So far, these Salomon hiking boots, the comfort level is perfect. So I ordered them online. I was a little worried about the size, but you know, you can always return them. But these are already fantastic, I can tell. But the grip test in this stuff, but it's not the boot's fault. I don't know anything that could stick to that. You might as well just rub me in Crisco and slide me down the way. It's a very disturbing thought, but maybe we can make a new sport of that. Like oil yourself up and see if you can get through that obstacle course. I'd pay to watch that, but I'm not going to be a participant. This is probably the last view of that observation deck from this side. Isn't it amazing how high up that is? 200 feet high. All right, seriously, I probably made it out of there in like 5 to 7 minutes. I didn't time myself, but worked up a sweat, worked up a heavy breathing. I feel good. All right, that was pleasant. And now the place is cleared out. So maybe we can get that overlook on the other side to ourselves. We will see. So you can see where that wooden fence is over there. That's approximately where the other opening is on the other side. And this is that field that I believe is pretty much on top of the cave. And over there is that overlook where we were looking down earlier. It's crazy. But this is where you could see this thing from the other side. If I remember, it's a fantastic view too. There's the anime trail. I don't know if they gate that one off at 4. I didn't see a gate like up front, but there's other overlooks. And you can see it just curves down and you end up going down into this ravine. You eventually have to kind of like skip over some boulders and things, and then you can get over there, and the really slick part is over there. If you want to brave it and slide down. I've done it a couple times, but it's just not for me anymore. Well, folks, there you have it. Tonto Natural Bridge State Park. There's a couple other things that I didn't see today that you can check out on our old video if you want. But yeah, this place is just mind-blowing. And if you're not from Arizona, you may have never heard it before. And it's certainly one of the things in life that you should seek out if you can.